Okay, sorry about that weird beginning. In the last video, I actually did this problem, but I did it by multiplying everything by a factor of 10 that would be enough to get rid of the decimals. So in this version of the same problem, I am going to just show you how to do this with simple substitution, and we're going to just deal with the decimals. All right. So if you look at this problem, we have two things we can do. We can either solve for x and then substitute it in, or we can multiply everything by negative 1.5 so that these two cancel each other out. I think in this case, because of the decimals, it is easier to use substitution. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to deal with this equation right here, x minus 0.9y, and we are going to solve for x. All right, so if I do that, I'm going to add 0.9y to both sides. Okay. Notice I'm not really lining it up under the constant there because it's doesn't combine with that. So right, this says 0.9y. I like, you know, guys know I like putting the variable first, plus 4.5. All right, so now I'm going to take this for x and I'm going to substitute it in for x right over here. Right, that kind of went off there. There we go, right over there. So we're going to go 1.5 times 0.9y plus 4.5, all right, minus 1.9y equals negative 29. Now, I'm all in favor of using calculators, but you do kind of need to know like how to work with decimals when they're, you know, you just kind of need to know how to do that. So if you're multiplying 1.5 and 0.9, right? Think about, okay, if I multiply 15 and 9, right? Well, let's just set it up. Let's just go like this, 0.9, right? It's the same as multiplying 15 and 9. You get 5, you carry your 4, you get 135. Okay, and you got 2 spaces you got to move. So you get 1.35y, all right? Plus, and then 4.5 times 1.5 is the same as 45 times 15, just with decimals. All right, so let's do that. So we got 5, carry your 2, you got 225, 5, 4. So we're going to get 675, and we're going to move it 2 places, so 6.75. Minus 1.9y, at this point it's just a carrying thing. So now I got to do 1.90 minus 1.35 and make that result negative when I'm finished with that. All right, because this is the absolute value of this is bigger than the absolute value of that, meaning this one gets to keep the sign. Right, so we have 5, and then that's going to be 0. So we have negative 0.55y. I'm going to move my my calculation work here. We have plus 6.75 equals negative 29. So now we're going to subtract 6.75. Another trick on these, right, is 29, right? So you can do this one of two ways. The first way that I like to do it is I'm going to actually subtract 7. Instead of 6.75, I'm going to subtract 7, and that will give me or actually, no, we got negative, so we're adding these guys, right? So this is easy, all right? I'm glad I caught that. 35.75, right? And then this is gone, and you have negative 0.55y, and then at that point, you would divide both sides by negative 55 hundredths. I am bowing down to the calculator for. And you get 65. So you get y is equal to 65. And if you remember from the last problem, right, kind of how that worked out. All right, so let's put this in the first equation. All right, we need a little more room for the second equation. So we're going to go x minus 0.9 times 65 equals 4.5. So 65 times 0.9 is 58.5. So we have x minus 58.5 equals 4.5. So I'm going to add 58.5 to both sides. Okay. and that's going to give me 63, right? Because that makes 1, right, or 0, 10, and then carry your 1 over. All right, so you got x 63 and 65. And I know from the last problem that this is the correct answer because I checked it. You would put this, if this was the first way you were doing it, you would put your 63, 65 solution into this equation up here, and that's how you would get it. Okay, so just a quick little video on how to do this, just dealing with the decimals and not complaining about them that much and just letting it rip. All right, I'm going to stop and then we'll have the next video coming up.